Hi everyone, and welcome to Cardio Zen Intervals. I'm Skip Jennings, and I want to welcome you to our park here in lovely Culver City, where during the pandemic I've been doing a lot of training outside of my clients and holding classes. I'm grateful that you decide to check out what intervals are all about and how we can utilize the outdoors. So I'm going to demonstrate the exercises, but you're welcome to use what I've given you or create your own. If you're ready, let's get started. So each block of work alternates from a HIIT exercise to a yoga stretch. And if you don't know yoga, it's okay. These are stretches that every fitness professional should know. But we're going to start off with first the HIIT interval exercise. The first one we're going to do is called Lateral Shuffles. And I'm going to give you 3 options you can use so you can meet the demands of the multi-level classes that you will be able to teach. Now on the Lateral Shuffles, what I've done, I put down a marker. You can do this with a mat, or if you have steps, if you want your members to bring out steps, it's okay. But I'm using a band, and that's all you need. So the work is going from side to side shuffles, and you choose the time. Remember, it's a balance ratio. Work, hit, stretch, and it's all balanced out together. So let's do the first exercise. This is called the lateral shuffle. You start to one side here, and you're just going to shuffle and touch down for the time you have given your class. This is level 1. Shuffle side to side, touch down. Let me show you level 2. Level 2 is shuffle, touchdown, knee lift. Shuffle, touchdown, knee lift. Notice how I'm using the outside leg to give that balance. Shuffle, touch, knee lift. Let's look at the level 3. It's a shuffle and a jump. You shuffle, touch, jump, squat. Shuffle, jump, squat. Shuffle, jump, squat. Shuffle, jump, squat. That's it. Okay, so once you've done the HIIT exercise, you want to follow it up with some type of yoga stretch. Because I've done lateral shuffles, I want to do some type of lateral stretch to balance out the work. If you're doing unilateral work, you must split the time that you're using for stretch. The second exercise I'm going to show you is called the lateral stretch. You're going to simply take your hands up above and give a good stretch, and you're going to reach over to one side, doesn't matter what side, but you will guide your clients and your students. Lateral stretch here, and then you can do the other side. And there are many ways you can do a lateral stretch. You can actually have your legs open up, and you're going to reach hands up to the sky, reach over to one side, open up the heart, maintain here for the time, and then you can do the other side. Lateral stretch right here. Good. And as you see, things are happening around us. Trash cans, people are working out, but they love to see us doing what we do right here in the park. So the next HIIT exercise, it's simple squats, but you have many layers that you can do to build up the heart rate while you're doing your squats. So we begin with just simple squats. And when I'm coaching this, I'm just guiding my crew to understand what a squat is. So I'm teaching it here. And that's just level 1. Give them squats here, you're building strength. And then level 2 is a squat and a knee lift. I like to bring my arms behind me. That helps me to balance. Squat in front with the arms and stand up with the hands behind me. Here comes level 3. Squat and a plyometric. Squat, plyometric, squat, plyometric. And there's one other one you can use with the squat. You can do a squat, 180 turn, squat, 180 turn, squat, 180 turn. Many options to have fun with your squats. So after all those plyometrics, my quads are burning, and so will your students. So I'm going to do a quad stretch here. Sometimes in yoga we call it a dancer's pose, but it's really focusing on stretching from the hip flexor into the quad right above the knee. First thing I want to do is get my client steady. I want to shift my weight over to the standing leg. It doesn't matter which side you start on because it's unilateral work. Slowly bring the ankle up and find the balance. Part of this challenge is going to be in the high intensity interval, coming down and doing some balance work. So allow your clients and your members to really find the place where they can stay steady. The hand can go onto the hip, or maybe out front or above. And you'll have some clients even want to go into that dancer's pose. A lot of balance here. Good. And remember, we balance out the sides. So if you're going to use a minute interval, 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Again, shift over to the standing leg, slowly bring the ankle up, give them time to get there. And they choose where they want to bring their hands, on the hip, in front, or above, or even go into the full dancer's pose there. Okay team, this is a fun one. This is all out sprints. It's a great way to get your heart rate up. You have so much room out here, utilize it. When you're doing sprint drills, you want to make sure that the lane is clear for your participants. They must know where they start and where they're going to. So again, I'm using my bands. I'm setting the distance, and they have the time that they're going to complete, how many they complete in the time that's given. So I start off on one side, and they can use it as they see fit. They can go full out to begin, or they can slow down. It's just a simple sprint, suicide drills down, and they tap back and forth. You want to encourage them to get faster and faster and faster. When time's up, take a break, walk it off, and guess what? They get to do it again. All right, team, a great way to balance out sprints is to slow it down. A Warrior 2 stretch, also known as an inner thigh stretch, works on strength on one side and stretch on the other. So in the direction that you're going in your Warrior 2 or your inner thigh stretch, you're going to turn the toe to the outside, and you're going to come into a Warrior 2 or bent knee lunge. You're going to begin to stretch a leg behind you, and then begin to open up the heart to the front, and then look where you're going into your warrior pose. So we can sink down a little bit deeper. The great thing about this, throughout the time, invite your students to go maybe even a little bit deeper to feel more of the stretch. Now remember, the stretch is on the straight leg, and the bent leg is actually getting some strength going on here. Then the great thing is you just need to go to the other side. Same deal on this side, because you don't have to move. Remember, we're just splitting the time. We go down a little bit deeper, and while they're going through their stretches, you're giving form techniques. You're encouraging them to go a little bit deeper. All right, crew, what's a boot camp without burpees? I'm going to show you a burpee where you can build upon it to create the intensity gain that you might want for your boot camp outdoors. All right, I'm going to do a side view for you. The first burpee, very simple, because you're going to have multi-level participants. It's just a simple touchdown, step back, come up, reach, and then you do the other side. Step back, come back, and reach. Your next level, you can take it down, you can hump back, stick it, and then walk it up. That's simple. Your next level is going to be the down, hop back, stick it, come all the way to the front, and stand. So you're hopping back, hopping front. Your next level is take it down, hop back, hop up, stay low. Burpees into that low squat. It's going to give a lot of burn here. Here's the last one. Down, give a push up, come up, and give a little bit of a hop. Down, push up, come up, give a little bit of a hop. Guaranteed to get your heart rate up. All right, my friends, a great balancer to burpees is chest openers. Chest openers are so good after doing push-ups or getting your heart rate up. We're going to do a standing chest opener so we don't have to go back to the ground right away. We want to balance out the experience. So the chest opener that I like to do in this boot camp is legs wide open, hands behind your buttocks, interlace your hands and begin to open up your chest to the sky. And in this chest opener, you have the time allotted, but sometimes I want to give my students a little bit of a break. So I will add in even halfway through of the chest opener, I'll do a little bit of a roll here and then go back into the chest opener to complete. So if you have participants who've been doing yoga, they might want to take the option of bringing their legs in, hands behind the buttocks once again, and opening up through the chest, the shoulders, even through the arms, and then releasing the head behind to get a full expression of the chest opener. Have fun with that. All right, team, this is our final HIIT exercise. It is a simple reverse lunge that you can build upon it to create intensity. The first level is a simple reverse lunge. Side view so you can see what it looks like. My leg goes behind me, drop it down, knee towards the ground. You want to get maybe closest to the ground as you can without touching the ground here, but give the option for your participants. Step up and switch sides. You can use any arms you want, both arms to the front to balance, or opposite arm, opposite leg for balance. So how do you increase that? Increase the speed. Lunge, keep the technique, and of course, that's going to build the heart rate. And then the final version of this is going to be prisoner jump lunges. Hands behind, lunge behind, and begin to do your plyometric jumps. It's up to you. Give them the levels that's going to meet their experience. Hey there, and welcome to our last yoga stretch exercise. So again, quads burning. So I want to do a little stretch for the quad in front. I'm going to do a kneeling crescent lunge. If they have a mat, let them put the mat down, but we're in the grass and my knees are feeling pretty good right now. I can drop down to the ground, drop my knee down, and get really comfortable here. Grass has cushion. So bring your knee right underneath your hip, and you're going to work on stretching the quad, not the back. This is not a back bend. I begin with my hands on the hips, making sure the front knee is in line with the ankle, and then I want to lower down the hip towards the ground, keeping the sacrum really long, keeping the back really long here. The more I lower down, the more I'm going to feel the hip flexor stretch here. And then option, hands on your hips, hands above. And this is a great kneeling stretch here for your quad and hip flexor. And of course, we want to switch sides. I like to turn them around to the opposite direction to give them a different perspective. So knee in alignment, hip drop down, lower down, hands on your hips or above. It's up to you. Thank you so much for joining me on this demo video for Cardio Zen intervals. I'm Skip Jennings, and I want to invite you to use the outdoors, have fun, and give your members to classes that they will not forget. Be well, peace and blessings.